Hello, friends, and welcome to the world of the International Fabtalks. It's always a pleasure and honor to have different professionals sharing the space with us. And today we have a lovely guest who has a lot of wisdom, knowledge. All through these years, he's acquired a lot and ready to share it with us. On special request, he's joining us all the way from Pune. He's Mr. Prantik. And we'd like to have him share the space with us to enlighten and empower you and me as well. Join us, friends, to welcome our celebrity and guest for today. Hello, sir, and welcome to the session.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Christian.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much for being here. It's always a honor and pleasure to have people share their expertise with us. And I'm really excited as a little child to know more because I'm nil on what you're going to share. I just kept that magical to myself and to the audience as well. Let's get to know all about what sir is into, which field he is, and what is he contributing and serving humanity. You could say serving mankind. And friends, I'd like to know if you want to understand one another very well, if you want to connect and bond with one another, if you want to understand what the other person thinks about you, or the science behind getting to know and bonding and networking with people, let's get to know all about these magical things. And of course, there's a scientific understanding to that. Sir is going to share all of that with us. Dear sir,
Yep.
we just come to you immediately, not wanting to waste a single second, and to get to know as to what you are deeply into, what expertise you have with you that you're going to share with us. But before we enter into the professional zone, all of our guests and audiences would like to know about who is the real Prantik.
Okay. So, the real Prantik, if I have to describe in 3 words, it is very simple. It's humorous, it's spontaneous, and it's witty. So, humorous because I love jokes, comedy. Maybe probably during this course of this discussion also, I might crack some jokes. Let's look at the flow. Second is spontaneity. Okay. So, I love to do things at the spur of the moment. I'm highly spontaneous. I'm extremely creative. So that's me, and I love writing poetries. write poetries in Urdu, and the third thing is witty. Okay, so I because of that spontaneity, the creativity, the wittiness also plays a vital role because I know what to create, what where to get the information from, and what new to create, and that's what I do. So this is something about me personally. On the personal front, I've got a wife and 2 daughters, Angel and Princess. My wife's name is Neha. She's a dentist and an event planner. My mother lives in Dubai with my sister, uh, Lali. Prachi, we call her Lali. So Lali is married to Ajit, and my mom lives there.
That's really nice. Thank you so much for sharing that so beautifully. You shared that very crisply. And you said you have humor and wit, and along with that comes wisdom and creativity. So that's really nice. To be creative is a gift which we all have within us. It's only that we have to tap it out.
Yes,
Many
complete.
of us don't do that. Yes, dear sir. Now, dear sir, you connected with psychogeometrics, if I get that word right,
Yes.
those words right. I'd like to know more about it because to be very honest, I have no knowledge about it. And I would like myself to acquire and gain knowledge. And along with me, you have to join me, friends, to get to know more important things that we don't know. Yes, sir. Over to you with regard to this special topic called as psychogeometrics, as to what it is, such that we too could focus our energies on it. Over to you.
Perfect. So psychogeometrics is a beautiful science. The name, the psycho and geometrics comes from a combination of 2 words. Psycho comes from psychology. Geometrics comes from the subject geometry that we have learned in the childhood. So in combination, it becomes psychogeometrics. It is a science of understanding people's psychology using geometrical shapes. So here we identify people in square, triangle, circle, rectangle, squiggle. So these are the 5 shapes in the world of psychogeometrics, and we identify people through these shapes. I'll just want you to understand that I'm using the word identifier. We are not here using judgment. So we are not judgmental about anybody. We are identifying them because they are born with this personality, and we just identify them, what personality they are coming from, and this becomes a very powerful communication tool. It's an extremely powerful communication tool which we use in day-to-day life. Wherever you're going to talk to people, you're going to communicate with people, psychogeometry plays a vital role. Let's start with family. So you are a family person, you have parents, you have children, you have a spouse, you have a sibling. So now, if I have to tell you, Crystal, do you have a sibling?
I have to.
You've got two siblings, brother, sister,
An elder sister and elder brother.
elder brother. So you are the youngest one. So now you three are coming from the same set of parents, but all of you three are way different than each other,
Yes, sir.
completely, right? So how does it happen that coming from the same set of parents, we three siblings are completely different? So because people come from different psychology, different brain functioning, and different personality. So this science helps you identify which personality my sibling, my parents, my colleague, my boss, my client is coming from, my children are coming from. So I can use that science to communicate well with those people. And because of this, the sales have increased by 30% of my clients. Because of this, the conflict has reduced in their organization. There are many couples who keep on writing messages, mail to me that, thank you, aapne meri shadi bacha li, you have saved our marriage. And there are a lot many parents, they have healed their relationship with their children and also with the spouses. So these are the outcomes of it.
Excellent, sir. Thank you very much for sharing that. We would want to know more about it, and we'll be asking you many more questions
Yeah.
based on this, sir. Yes, dear sir. Dear sir, as you've mentioned, shapes, like it could be the circle, it could be a triangle, it could be a square shape or a rectangular one. Now, if you could just enlighten us such that we also could understand as to how shapes play an important role in our lives with regard to psychology and geometrics, both mixing up, I mean, geometry. So it's
Yep.
called a psychogeometrics.
Psychogeometry.
I have two circles around besides me. So you
Yeah.
have seen that.
Yes, I
That
saw
is my
that.
logo. So now I'm really very much interested to know how this goes forward. Yes, sir.
Okay. So if I have to tell, so the square shape, okay, they tend to be very organized. Okay, so they're very organized, they're very precise. So they do not like haphazard things. So whenever you communicate to a box, to the square, we also call them a box. So whenever you communicate to a box, you need to be very, very prepared. You can't go unprepared with them because they need to have a lot of data, details about it. So the square personality are very organized and they are very detail oriented. So you have to be prepared for that. Triangles, they're achievement oriented. We call them as go-getter. So they are go-getters. They want to achieve things in their life and they are very quick decision makers. So whenever you approach a triangle, remember that you need to speak fast and you also need to uh, come up with information with a lot of confidence. They appreciate people who are having a lot of confidence. If you go with a lot of lack of confidence, you will miss out on the deal, or they will not like you. In terms of circles, circles are the one who are the most friendliest shape. They are friendly, they are loving, they will communicate, they will love to talk a lot, they will love to talk about personal things. So whenever you meet a circle, so always talk about your personal things, ask them how they are. They would be offering a lot of things to eat, to maybe drink something. So do accept that offering. Do not say no, no, no. They don't like it. So spend some time with them. They want to know you well. So circles, they work on trust building. So if they trust you, they will deal with you. So you need to build trust with them, and for building trust, you need to spend time with them. So that's one with the circle. The squiggle, the squiggly line. Squiggle is very creative, very random, very abstract, and they're very quick decision maker, extreme risk takers, very adventurous. So they are the people who will love to take risks. They will love to do something new. They cannot stay with routine stuff. So they love to do new things. So whenever you approach, you have to be very excited sharing with them. You have to be very excited about this is something new, this is something very powerful. You will be amazed using our services. So something of this sort, they need to listen. Only then they will think of buying your services or buying your product. The rectangles, they are the one who are in a phase, okay, in a transition phase where they are taking a lot of information because a lot of changes are happening in their life. And because of that, they are looking for opportunities where they can learn something, they can stand out, they can make a mark of their own, but they are still in the transition phase. So sometimes they miss out the courage of taking action. So these are the five shapes that we deal with.
Thank you, dear sir, so much for explaining them with lots of clarity. Thank you very much. Now, dear sir, I'd like to ask you, what inspired you into this beautiful field of joining this beautiful course, which has a scientific backing as well, called as psychogeometrics, as to how you felt drawn towards this beautiful field?
Okay. So, for benefit of all, we should know that psychogeometry is one of the things that I do. I started my career in 2007. So I've done my graduation in computer science. So in my third year of graduation, I decided I won't be studying further because that was not my calling. Internally, I felt I shouldn't be doing this. So I mentioned this idea to my father that I will not be studying further, and I'm blessed to have such a father because he never stopped me for anything. He said, "Okay, do whatever you want to do." So I decided, so let me do something of my own. So I started to look what can I do, and I really wanted to do something very impactful, something very powerful. But I did not know what I can do. So I started to do some odd jobs. So in the year 2002, I think towards the end of 2002, I found a mentor. His name is Sham Lulla. He lives in Mumbai. So he's the one who gave me a lot of books to read, and he picked up some. I think he saw some spark in me, and he picked me up, and he started to train me, coach me. And in the process, he gave me a lot of books to read, and I became a fan of those books. And not just I read them, I gulped them, I studied them. So I studied those books, and after 2.5 years of time, Sham comes and tells me, Prantik, don't constipate yourself with the knowledge that you have. So that was a very powerful thing that he said, and I understood what he wanted to say. So whatever I used to learn, I started to go and speak to my friends and share what knowledge I got. And my friends liked it. There's some of them implemented that in their office or in their life. They liked it, and they invited me to a lot of Rotary Club, Lion Clubs meeting. So after my job, I used to go there. I do some small session, okay, some lecture kind of sessions, and I started to love that stage. And by 2006, I made up my mind, okay, let me make it a career. So by 2006, August or September, I started training in small institutes. And after that, 2007 onwards, I'm continuously into it. So that's all. And in the process in 2013, and while I was training in corporates also, in 2007 onwards when I was starting, I knew that it is still not impacting people's life. It is not something that is sustainable. Like there are a lot of different small programs, time management or such communication skills I used to do. But I knew that it is not impacting it. It's not long term. I wanted something that will stay with them for the rest of their life. So in that process, I studied a lot. Okay. And in 2013, the first workshop, the breakthrough workshop, got designed. So I designed my first breakthrough workshop in March 2013. And till now, it's the 11th year I'm conducting that workshop. More than a lakh of people have attended that till date. In 2018, December, I got certified as a global psychogenetics facilitator. So since Jan 2019, I'm teaching psychogenetics. It's been 5 years now. And during lockdown 2020, I got certified as a three vital question facilitator. I'm India's first and only certified trainer for that topic, three vital questions. So these are the three core certifications I have. I've got around 17 certifications, but these are the core things that I do, and this is how I've been helping people. This is what I do. So my
Excellent.
inspiration is Sham.
Excellent, dear sir. Thank you very much for sharing that. Thank you very much. Dear sir, I'd like to know now, like you're connected with right from students to the corporate level. This the people at corporate level, they could be seniors too. Yes, students and the youth, the middle-aged, as well as senior citizens. Now, how do you deal with all of them, and what are the ways that psychogeometrics or the expertise that you have that you've been focusing with the range, the age ranges, different age groups?
Okay.
It's not easy to connect with all of them, but you've said you've touched more than a lakh of people. I mean, their lives. You've impacted their lives. So I'd like you to share that beautiful journey with us.
Yeah. So for students, I conduct the breakthrough workshop. So in that breakthrough workshop, it's all about mindset, beliefs, and the patterns. So what I've done is I've created it works on the subconscious mind, conscious mind, and the beliefs. So subconscious, conscious mind is one of the very heavy topic. Many times people feel that, but I've curated in a story in such a way that students who have participated in the year 2013 and 14, they are still in touch with me and they still remember the entire story. So they know the structure of it, they know the tools, they remember the tools even after 11 years. So something that I had desired that something should remain for long term. So it's working out. So I've curated in such a simple way that anybody can understand. In one of my open workshop, there was a fifth grade student sitting, and there was a company R&D department vice president sitting in the same room, and both were taking notes. and both were understanding the entire workshop. The structure is designed. So one of the most uh, important criteria that I keep in my workshop is simple. Anybody can understand. That's one. Secondly, because as I mentioned, humor. So in all my sessions, there's a part of humor attached because it is not heavy, it is light. They understand, they laugh, they are laughing a lot. So the lot of emotions, happy emotions are involved in the workshop throughout those 2 or 3 days. So in this entire 2 3 days, because they are happy, they are enjoying it, they receive the maximum and they remember it for the rest of their life. Okay, so simple, humorous, and third, doable. I do not use any jargons. I do not give any bookish language example. I do not use any bookish language kind of words or jargon just to trying to impress. I'm not here to impress anybody. I'm here to impress upon everybody. Okay, because if I impress you today, somebody else will come tomorrow and you'll get impressed by them. I don't want to do that. I want to be impressed upon in your mind. So the third thing is doable. Everything that I teach them is all doable. Nothing that I teach is non-doable. Okay, simple, humorous. Okay, it's light, and third, doable. So these are the three things I take care in all the things. So that's how students they like it. The teachers like it. The corporate they like it. That's one. One of the things that corporate keeps on asking ki, once we take your training, how long will it last? Because we have seen the other workshops, the thoughts, the learning of it diminish in 7 days. Okay, if it diminishes in 7 days, okay, then I will stop conducting this workshop. It will not diminish at all because it will remain. Yes, they might forget, they might not be doing the tools, they might not be in practice, but I will never say that they will not remember it. So that's one of the. So breakthrough, I do it for them. Psychogeometrics, we teach it to teachers, especially in school. We teach it to the managers, leaders, CEOs, MDs, sales professionals. Why? Because they are communicating with people. Their teachers are communicating with students, their parents, and their fellow teachers. So they have to really create a great bonding, communicating with all. So anywhere the communication and there is a conflict happening, psychogeometry plays the role. And the three vital questions that we teach, especially to the people who are managing teams. Okay, why? Because it's a very, very powerful leadership tool. And what I say is you can solve any problem just by asking three questions. So that's like three vital questions.
That's beautiful. That's really very nice. Students, as well as the faculty members, and of course, the team leader, the admins, all of these could really develop from this beautiful session that you what you say work on, or maybe the workshops that you offer or the workshops that you take. Let me put all of that right because I'm excited. Now, see, once I'm off the session, now I'm just going to dive into psychometrics and get psychogeometrics and get to know more about it because it's very interesting, sir. I really like this. It's something new. And when it's something new, we all have to dive into that to get to know more about it.
Yes.
Dear sir, that's really nice, sir. I wouldn't want to trouble you more with the question now. I'd like to dive deep into your childhood. For now, we'd like to know about your childhood. How was it? How were you as a little kid below the age of 10? Do you have any beautiful memories and anecdote? Could you share it with us?
Okay. I was born in Orissa, but brought up in Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and Maharashtra. So my dad was changing jobs, so that's why I was able to travel so much. Very, very simple, humble background. My dad was a doctor, and he loved to teach. So that's why he did not start up a practice or he did not start up a hospital. So he was always attached to a college where he was teaching. So probably my teaching thing or the skill of teaching comes from him. And I remember that when we were in Bijapur, I was below 10 at that time. So during my summer vacations, I used to go with him to his college, to the medical college where he used to teach. So he used to teach and I used to run over there. I used to play basketball over there. So I was doing that way. So one fine day, I went with him and he made me sit in one of his lecture. And it was a huge room. I remember probably maybe 300-400 students were sitting inside. And he gave my hand to another student, apne paas bitao, make him sit with you. So I was sitting with him. So I was at the edge of the bench and the 4-5. I mean, in college, I believe, know that the benches are very long. So 4-5 students can sit together. And I was just observing, I was just seeing. So it was a huge hall, huge classroom, 300, not a single space empty. I saw my father teaching to 400 students, everybody observing, everybody making notes. Even he was very humorous. So 10 times or 1,000 times of me was my father. So he was very humorous. So that image was there. So that's something very I remember very distinctly, very clearly even today. And I feel that because of that liking, maybe that triggered me, and subconsciously, I mean, I'm doing the same thing. So that's something I had. Another memory I have about my father is he always used to put me on his shoulder and walk in the market. Okay, so my mom used to say, "Ah, why are you carrying that way? What will people think? Let them think he's my child, I'm enjoying." So he made me sit on his shoulder, and I used to, he had very curly hair, so I used to catch his curly hair, and I used to sit this way. If I have to just use it as a metaphor, so he made me sit on his shoulder to look beyond what he can see. That's something I relate to that. He made me sit on his shoulder so that I can see what he cannot see. So he made me do that. And one of the most happiest person about the career. There's no trainer in the entire family. There is nobody who has done computer science. There is nobody who does Urdu poetry. So I've done in all of the cousins. So I'm the unique one completely. And my father was the most happiest for the kind of life I have curated. And in terms of students, till my fifth grade, I was a very good student. After fifth grade, something happened. I don't know what. I deteriorated, and I was just an average student. And I thank God I was just an average.
Sir, that was a beautiful sharing, and I could just visualize you on your dad's shoulder. That's and the way you put that so very well, to look beyond what he wanted you to actually see and visualize. So that's really nice. Excellent. In fact, you really put me into that beautiful spot, where we could see all these people who carry their little children on their shoulders. It could be people in the villages as well, so that means there's something much higher to that, that yes, you get to see what you can't if you're down here. So rise a little above and be able to see the best things in life. So maybe we could put it like that. That's really very inspiring. Some, as you said, that you would also play. You mentioned like maybe basketball. I guess you were.
Yeah, I used to go. I mean, when I used to go to my dad's medical college, I used to play there. But in school time, I was a cricketer and a football player. I was a goalkeeper,
Oh,
and
great.
I was spinner in cricket.
Oh, great. That's really nice. As you mentioned cricket, like how did you feel when India lost the match to Australia?
I stopped the match in between. I could not see. The moment I believe when Virat Kohli got out, he was bold. I stopped that. I could not eat well. I could not. I really wanted India to win. That was an emotional thing for me. That evening, coincidentally, I think that was around 24th or 27th of that month. So I had planned a workshop that day, but I saw India's performance, so I postponed that workshop to a week later. So everything. So I was waiting for. But okay, it's a game.
Very true. I could really feel here. I was having pain here in my throat, like I couldn't swallow it, anything. Was feeling so uneasy. It took a time. It took like maybe 1 week for us, or maybe 10 days to overcome that. Until date, we are not able to overcome that. That we thought we were going to win because we won all the 11 matches, and we waited for that magic to happen. Yes, dear. So, now we find this happening in real life as well. That we have done our very best, right from day one till the moment that we need to get that success in our hand. And then something happens. Either it's the circumstances or the environment, or you could say something comes in the way and blocks us. Now, with regard to your profession, how would you try to make people understand, or your clients understand, that yes, no matter if you've lost the first time, the second time, you could just rise up again like a phoenix?
Hmm.
How would you be able to explain that to us, sir? And how people could gain from that with what you share now? That's the main thing.
Okay. So many times people they try to shun that idea of having been lost. Okay, the moment you say that I've lost, I could not win that part. Okay, it happens, it happens. Okay, forget it, it happens. Okay, focus on something else. Yeah, agreed. But I've got a different take on that. If I'm, if I've been affected by that failure, okay, give yourself some time to grieve. Okay, I would highly recommend because we are not allowing ourselves to grieve a bit. I'm not saying you have to carry on that suffering for 3, 4, 5 days, 7 days. No, I'm not saying that. That moment when you have given your best, and even after that you have lost, give yourself some time to grieve. Grief about it. Once you went it out, you'll be free. You'll be having a blank canvas. You'll be vacuum inside. Then you can move ahead. Then you can plan ahead well. But if you do not grieve it well, the moment you are planning to do something new, or you're reiterating the goal again, or you're changing the date for that goal, you'll be still carrying that fear of, oh, I have lost earlier. What if I lose it here? And you will be planning the goal accordingly with that fear concept. So do not grief. It's good, and that's okay. So grieve it out and then move ahead. So that's one thing. Secondly, now if I ask you, Crystal, you live in which city?
Hyderabad.
Hyderabad. So let's say, for example, you have to travel to Delhi. So you come out from your home, you go to Hyderabad railway station, you buy a ticket to Delhi, you sit in Chennai Express, and you reach Chennai. Have you reached the right place? No?
No.
I ask you again. You go out from your home, you reach Hyderabad railway station, you buy a ticket to Delhi, you sit in Chennai Express, and you reach Chennai. Have you reached the right place? No? Still no?
That I don't have an answer to give you because I'm just waiting.
No, just answer yes or no. Have you reached the right place?
No.
No. I repeat again. You start from your home, you reach to your railway station, Hyderabad railway station, you buy a ticket to Delhi, you sit in Chennai Express, and you reach Chennai. Have you reached the right place?
It's no and a yes to. Uh,
Why yes?
Pardon?
Why yes?
Yes, because sometimes it's like destiny. It could be that
No.
you've decided to go somewhere else, but that didn't work out, and then you have to go to some other space and you have to just settle down there. Maybe it could be like that.
No. So the moment you throw it out to destiny, circumstance, it was supposed to happen, nothing is in your control anymore. So
Right.
because it does not sound to be in your control, it does not look like in your control, you can't do anything about it because it's not in your control. How can you do anything about it? So listen to me very well. You start from your home, you reach to Hyderabad railway station, you buy a ticket to Delhi, you sit in Chennai Express, and you reach Chennai. Have you reached the right place?
So, giving me difficult questions.
Okay, very
Like,
simple.
uh, I mean, I get, suppose if you ask me like this, maybe I could put it like this. Now, I get on at Chennai and I buy another ticket and go to Delhi. Or maybe I use the same, maybe there's a break journey there to take the next train. I have to get down and climb the next train, maybe.
There's another challenge that people do. You just gave me another insight. I shared a story. You're not being a part of the story, but you are planning of what you will do after you reach Chennai. But you're never decoding why did you, on the first place, reach Chennai? You never decoded that. As I mentioned, you have to first grieve and then plan out for the next thing. The other thing, before you plan for the next thing, the second part in between comes is what made you reach Chennai? Did you realize that?
That's true. Oh, great. That's nice. So maybe I might have taken the wrong train.
That's what I said. You sat in Chennai Express.
Yes.
Okay, see, now look at the story again. You start from your home, you reach Hyderabad railway station, you buy a ticket to Delhi, you sit in Chennai Express and reach Chennai.
Yes.
Have you reached the right place?
No.
Yes. Because the train that you sat in makes you reach Chennai only. It will not go anywhere else.
Very true.
So now tell me in the entire story, what error did you do?
I mean, we did not even look as to where we have not seen the start. We
You
have
have
not
not
started.
you have not seen which train you are climbing upon.
Yeah.
right?
Blindly entered. It
And
really
even
happened. It happened. This real incident happened with me in my personal case with my mom. I had to put her in another train, and so I put her in another train. And halfway she called me back and she said, "You put me on the wrong train," and I
okay,
faced
agreed. So now just see ki wherever she would have reached, or whether you have reached Chennai, so haven't you reached the right place? As per the train, you have reached the right place. So you are never in the wrong place. You now you have to check that I was supposed to go to Delhi, but I have reached Chennai. Where did I do the error in my methodology? The methodology error was climbing the Chennai Express train.
yes.
Okay, so first thing you have to first decode why have I reached here? Before I before I go anywhere, I need to first know where am I today? What made me reach here today? We are never planning. We are just planning out what I will do after I. But what made you that failure? So the second part that you have to work upon is the methodology. You are never a failure. The methodology that you applied in between failed. But that's not a failure. Failure. The methodology that you used, it was supposed to give you the same answer, same result. What you have received now, it cannot be anything different. If you're just eating, and not exercising, you're by default going to put on fat. You're not going to be thin. Now, if you say, "Oh, this is my destiny that I become fat," no, the methodology of eating food.
The process, you want to say
Process,
something?
methodology. Yeah.
Yeah. That's great.
So
Sir,
please.
now you are deep into this, right? Now, there are many people who have a lot of mental health issues with
Hmm,
regard to their relationship. Now, choosing a life partner.
hmm.
Like, could we apply that here and just speak about it for a minute? Because I'd like this to, reach out far and wide. Like the start that you select a partner
Hmm.
and then reach at a certain point in life. Could we correlate all of that? Because then again, take a
Let me.
decision why I am here and why I'm in this situation. You know, so if you could just speak on those lines to enlighten us, especially now it is like International Women's Day in a day or two. So I'd like you to give an empowering message to all the women to select the right kind of partner.
And the coincidence, this afternoon I was coaching a lady asking me the same question this afternoon. So let me talk. First of all, okay, let me answer in 2, 3 steps. Okay. First, you will always see that you will always marry a opposite personality person. Always. Okay, so that is by default, that's the nature's law. I teach this in psychogeometrics that why you get married to an opposite person. Okay, so one thing is before I highly recommend. I mean, I'm talking to a lot many about to get married couples. So the moment they finalized about getting married, they are selected in arranged marriage scenario. I ask them to attend this workshop so that they understand each other well. And people who have not attended and they are struggling a lot. So first is understand you will always marry an opposite personality, which means the other person's need, expectation, desire, the way of thinking, behavior will be very different than what you are today, what you are and what you expect. So you are going to marry opposite person. You need to understand his or her personality so that you understand the communication style of each person. Okay, me and my spouse are two different personalities. We don't come in the same personality. Now, because we both have understood that science, we are able to communicate. She is able to understand why I am so spontaneous, why I randomly take decisions, and now I understand why does she feel so being that organized. Okay, so we are two different personality. So that is the thing. The third aspect is you also need to learn. You train others how to treat you. You train others how to treat you. Just to give an example, okay? Now we haven't met each other. We are strangers, and we meet in a party. One of my friend introduces you. So in that party, we are dancing and everything, and I just keep my hand on your shoulder, and you didn't say anything to me. Did you actually not say anything to me? Verbally, yes, you did not say anything. Non-verbally, you said, yes, I'm okay if you keep your hand on my shoulder. So the message starts from there. Second week, we again meet in a party and we are dancing and everything. And I again keep my hand on your shoulder. And you didn't shun me off. You didn't say anything to me. So the message is, oh, you are okay with this. Third party, I will again keep it. Fourth party, I will find and I'll keep my hand on you. Why? Because you have trained me how to treat you. So in the fourth party now, let's say, for example, you remove my hand and shun it off. Prantik, I don't like this. Don't misbehave with me. Are you crazy? What happened? Three parties you allowed me. Three parties. What happened? We are such good friends. What happened to you? So now there is there is a crack in that relationship. But we fail to understand that you trained me to keep my hand on your shoulders. It can be vice versa for most of the things. Like, for example, you are saying something, okay, Prantik, come down, let's go for a movie, let's go for a party and stuff. So I'm leaving my work and I'm coming with you. So in a way, I have trained you that I'm always available for you. You can call me anytime. Nowhere, not any given point of time, I said, okay, no, sorry, Crystal, I won't be able to go. I've got an important project to prepare and I have to present that in my office tomorrow. I never said that. I just came along. So I have trained you that I'm always available. You can treat me that way. And now one fine day, I'll say, no, sorry, Crystal, tomorrow is a very important meeting. I can't come. What, Pratik, you do this. You can't do this for my friend. For a friendship's sake, you can't do this. This is how you treat a friend. No, you'll be shouting on me. Okay. So this I teach in a process called as advanced decision making. Okay. There's something that you should all know. Are you a vegetarian or non-vegetarian?
For the present, a veg, sir, 99% veg.
Hmm.
Earlier, like 5 years back, non-veg one.
So
Yes.
now if I serve non-veg to you, you will say no.
I may just have a bite, not much, just maybe a
Not much. Okay. Now,
much.
if I ask you what kind of restaurant would you like to go? Veg or non-veg?
A veg one.
Veg one. Okay. So this is called as advanced decision making. We have not yet gone, but I'm asking you, which restaurant would you like to go, veg or non-veg? So now you have said very clearly, I want to go to a veg restaurant. This is an advance because you know what you need. You know what your body needs. And you need to have extreme clarity in what you want, your value system, what you really want, what my body demands, okay, what my work demands, what my relationship demands, what does this friendship demand. So I have to be very clear, am I in a position to fulfill all these demands? So I should be ready to say yes to something and no to many things.
That's really very nice, very interesting to talk to you and to get to know all of it. So, how many workshops you have? Like, if you could name them or share the names of the courses that you give, so that our clients or maybe our viewers and guests could also, like, if they get to view this video and if they are interested, definitely they could come ahead and get connect with you. I'd love them because see, you're sharing it with me and you're inspiring me in a very positive way. I'd like the others too to have the benefit of the expertise that you have. Yes.
Sure. So you can go on my website. You will get to know a lot of things. So there are three workshops I majorly conduct for corporates and also for in the open workshop. One is the breakthrough workshop. Second is my psychogenetics workshop, and the third is the high performance, which is the three vital questions that I mentioned. I name it as high performer, being a very high performer. So these are the only three workshops I conduct. Now, in addition to it, in psychogeometrics, there is a addition. I teach psychogeometrics train the trainer also. So I create trainers for psychogeometrics science. So anybody who is willing to become a trainer on this science, so they can connect. So I teach this. So the batch, one of the batches is happening in April. So these are the only three things I do.
Yes, yes. I wanted to ask you, like, train the trainer at the initial that the initial phase of this interview. I had this in mind to ask you: do you even train the
Yeah.
other trainers as well? So, train the trainer program is there, and with this, the special focus being on psychogeometrics, right?
And the other one that will be coming in the month of November, that is the breakthrough workshops, train the trainer.
That's really very nice, very interesting, sir. Very interesting. Now, sir, I'd like to ask you this question. Like, do you think that the youth are coming forward to know more about with regard to mental health and psychology, or is it the middle-aged
Youth.
are interested more into it, as you've been dealing with different age groups? So where do you feel most of them are outspoken and ready to take a plunge into understand their mind and to understand the reasons behind why so and so thing occur? Right.
The youth is actually open.
Oh,
Uh, I would recommend all the youth. One thing is just don't go and Google about. Suppose if you are feeling low or sad, don't go and just type it in Google. That's not the right way to do because I never recommend. Okay, don't do that. You'll be putting yourself in big trouble because acha, now let's say for example I eat apple. Okay, if I eat apple every day, so somewhere or the other it leads to that you will get cancer. I eat 12 bananas every day. What will it lead to? Cancer. So everything in Google will lead to cancer. How is it possible? Okay, so do not go there. Okay, my request: go to somebody who is certified for it, who is trained for it. That psychiatrist is a very qualified person. He is not a stupid person who to spend 5, 10 years learning that psychology, the psychiatry, the human brain personality. So, psychiatrists, psychologists, they also study because they understand human behavior. So first go and get yourself confirmed whether you are sad, whether you are depressed, whether you are chronically depressed, you're clinically depressed. Just ask that. Okay. Once you have that clarity, then go ahead. Now, so youth, one message to the youth. Still, the older people, they still have a taboo that if somebody is going to a psychiatrist, means he is lunatic. That's still a taboo. There's still many people, thankfully, with so many what is psychiatrists, psychologists who are coming into picture and sharing the information of on mental health. I really thank them. They are creating a beautiful awareness. I do my part in small way, but obviously, hats off to psychologists and psychiatrists who are doing so well. Psychotherapists also, they are doing so well. Now, there's another question that I keep getting is if I am diagnosed with depression or clinical depression, if I'm taking medications, will it become an addiction? Will I become dependent on it? So, message to all of you: I was clinically depressed. I took medicines for 3 years. Now I'm not at all on medications. So one thing I vouch is medicines are temporary. The only thing is we may not be able to, the doctors may not be able to tell how long will you have to take the medications. Okay. It just because, for example, bukhar hua, fever hua. So there is a thermometer. You can put it. You can check it out, and you can know the temperature of it. And you take the medicines. And after 7 days, you can again check the thermometer. Use the thermometer to check whether you are having fever or not. That's the way. There is no scope for understanding how sick the brain is. There is no thermometer for that. So that's why the medications go on trial error basis. Doctors will give one thing, they will see the repercussion of it, they will see the side effects of it, then they will change, they will increase the dose, they will lower down the dose, they will change it to other lot of things, and it will take some time. So you'll have to give around 1.5 months to doctor to come to one set of good medicines. Then you have to minimum take it for 6 months so that the medicine starts to acclimatize with the body and then work towards it. Okay, if medications are required. Okay, I'm talking about that medication now. And then there will be a lot of settlement. Okay, so one thing. So medications, they will never be addictive. They will never be long term. The moment you feel better, the moment you get better, doctor will tell you how to reduce the medicines. You don't have to do it on your own. I've seen many patients, the moment they feel better, they stop medications and again again they are triggered. Never do that. Doctors know how to reduce the medications because there's a methodology for that. Follow it, and then it will become good for you. Okay. So youth. Don't go to Google for every information. Go to doctors. Second, medications are not addictive. Third is, yes, it will take some time. It will not just be medications. You need to develop set of people around you who are going to help you. You can have a coach. Okay, because they are the one who will be unbiased towards you. Okay. Second, have good set of friends who are going to uplift you. Okay, mental health is a big challenge today. Earlier, what has happened is, as the technology has grown, people are not finding reasons to go out. Everything is available at home. Now, at least they had movie theaters to go out and watch movies in terms of entertainment. Now, because of Netflix and Amazon Prime, they're all still at home. They're not even feeling like going out for a movie. They wanted to play out. They wanted to go out in the garden and play, but all those games have now come in the form of this video game. So we are not finding reason to go out. Okay, so that fresh air and everything. So we are cramped out. So that's one of the major reason of mental health disorder. So make good set of friends, go out, socialize. Okay, you need, because any man is a social animal. So we need to socialize. We need to talk. We need to vent it out, everything, so that our mental stress is low. There are so many books written on that. Okay, please read a lot of books. It will give you the right information. Okay, just don't rely on Google. Okay? Read some good information. So there's something I'll say.
Yes, sir. That's really very nice for giving us all that with lots of clarity. You know, as you mentioned, everything is not available on Google. And yes, if it is available, it may not be true. And seek the right guidance. And of course, if you have to meet a psychiatrist or a psychologist or a psychotherapist, yes, and a coach or a mentor as well. That's really very nice. Dear sir, now we find many women. I am not biased just because I'm a woman. Like we find many of the women out there in all the countries giving their very best to their family,
Hmm.
and they don't think about themselves at all.
Hmm.
We've had this, that sacrificing spirit and all of that. Now, how are they supposed to come out of this? They always have this. It is not me, it is always the others. My family first, my family first. That has been ingrained in their minds right from generations till date, and that's already seeped into them, seeing their grandparents and parents doing it, their aunts around them, their sisters, etc. Now, I don't want the women out there to be the sacrificial goat. Like, you don't need to be that all sacrificing. Live for yourself, because your life is also beautiful. And because one fine day you'll find yourself all alone. कि भाई हम मर गए तो सभी हमको अकेला जाना है. I mean, we all have to be buried alone. So I would like you to give a message to all the women with all the experiences that you had, the different people and clients that you've come across, and the interactions that I've had with many women out there. I want you to give a message to all of them as a mentor, as a guide, and as a coach and a trainer as well. So please give a beautiful message, because it's International Women's Day. So I'd like this to be one strong message from you for all of them. Yes, dear.
And International Women's Day is one of the most important date in my life, because that's my birth date.
Oh, wow. That's
so,
really
so I'm for women all the time. Now, I'm concerned about that one word that you use is women sacrifice a lot. Okay. Sacrifice comes from the word sacred. So if you remember Bali Chadana, the animal sacrificial thing that we used to do, that was considered as sacred. The sacrifice comes from the word sacred. So if the woman is sacrificing, it is a very sacred thing. I will not have a problem in the word sacrifice. I could have a problem with the word compromise. Okay, because sacrifice is better than compromise. Because it's sacrificial, it's sacred, sacrant. So when the mother says that I am sacrificing my happiness for my children, it's a very sacred thing. And वो कभी उसका हिसाब किताब, they will never keep a bank balance, the balance sheet of it कि I have sacrificed my 5 joys for your 15 toys. No, and it won't happen. That's not the top. Unfortunately, because we don't understand the meaning of the word, we interchangeably use it very incorrectly. So I'm very concerned about those words. I love those words, good words. Yes, I will not recommend a woman compromising. Okay, compromising their health, compromising their mindset, their mental health, their emotional health for somebody who is not appreciative enough. I will prefer to use the word compromise if it's okay. So yes, I will not do that, because I have a mindset which works on the freedom mindset, because I know, because I'm a creative person. The more freedom I have, the more creative I can become. The more freedom I have, more happy I am. Opposite of freedom is caged. So the freedom the woman is not experiencing, that's why they are feeling caged, and that is where the life is getting compromised. So the negative aspect of compromise is they're not living the life they would really want to. Okay, when I'm the message is do not compromise. Okay, sacrifice is still okay, but do not compromise because I sacrifice, but now I have nothing left and I'm compromising my own life. That's not. Do not compromise. I will not recommend them to. I'll not recommend anybody, male, female, everybody. Just because in the name of I don't want to compromise, become a rebel. Don't become that way because it's still challenging. Okay. Uh, One of the most important thing is the communication part. There has to be some kind of communication. Obviously, if the next person is not ready to communicate and the person is not respecting you, okay, you have all the choices to move out. All the choices, okay. Because one of my friend, she said to me so beautifully, Prantik, I can live with a person who does not love me, but I cannot live with a person who does not respect me. So I really appreciate that one dialogue coming from one of my friend, female friend. So I really believe that. Okay, so respect. Anywhere the respect is not there, so um, I'm not saying you can demand respect, but the thing is, you'll have to think over something about that relationship more. That's the message I can give.
Excellent. That's a wonderful sharing, sir. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Dear sir, now you take up various classes and workshops, right? Various sessions. Where do you feel like, I mean, where do you feel? I'm not putting it right. Now, do you feel that there are more or equal number of all the genders that are there? Are only the male members dominating and joining the courses, or even women are coming out now? And
Ah, okay. All. In fact, students are joining. In last workshop, this weekend workshop.
I mean, with regard to gender, I'm speaking, right?
Student, the male, female. So even they are. I mean, rather in one of the courses, uh, females were more than male in one of the workshop I had conducted. So in the terms of me experiencing the gender in the workshops, I get all of them, all of them. So including the students also, male, female. What to say? I will not say equal. It's never equal, but the ratio is good enough.
That's really nice. So now, if any of our viewers would like to connect with you on a personal note, we would like to have a one-to-one session with you. So
Mhm.
only, do you take only group sessions or a one-to-one session as well?
Yeah, I'm a certified life coach. I coach people. So I do coaching on one-to-one basis. So what they can do is they can just jot down a number that is 98811 97012. I repeat, 98811 97012. It's the number of Roopa. She's my business partner and she takes care of all my calendar and everything. So just connect with her. Tell her that you have connected me through International Fab Talks and she will surely book a time.
That's really very nice, very nice. Thank you very much for sharing the number where people could reach you out. I would wish all the students, or if you really need a life coach, or if you need some direction and clarity with decision making, or with just anything, you could really connect with our celebrity and guest, as I feel that you are very well experienced and you have a lot of wisdom to share, especially the way you talk. You can really go deep into their minds. You know, you would love, people would love to listen to you more and more. Like, yes. And in that process, they get to know who they are. They get to know where they stand and they get to know how they should take the next course in their life or the next path. Yes, sir. As you've already earlier mentioned, that as you put that question continuously to me, you bought the ticket to Delhi, but you sat in this, and so I was like puzzled a bit. Then towards the end, when you let it out, so that was really very interesting. Like it kept me gripped as to how, why couldn't I understand it? So like this, there's a very beautiful technique, as you said, humor, wit, and all of this, right? Yes, sir. Dear sir, now if I were to ask you this question, what kind of a change do you love to see in the world? What kind of a change is still needed in the world?
The biggest problem in today's world, I always say this in my breakthrough workshop, the biggest problem in today's world is not terrorism, it's ignorance. Ignorance. People are not having the right information about themselves, about life, about how to operate their business, how to operate the relationship. Because they do not have the right information, they have messed up. Okay, no offense to any of the social media or anything. You have to first understand that in social media, are you the consumer or are you the producer? Consumer will spend the money, but the creator or the producer will earn money. So we become hostile to this social media and we get stuck. So we are not able to think. We are so much dependent on some incorrect information. There are so many reels that if you see that somebody is saying you need to eat veg to be healthy. Somebody says that you need to have non-veg, which is healthy. Somebody says vegan, you need to operate from as a vegan, so you'll be healthy. Another doctor in another reel says that vegan is one of the bad food. So many things. So which to follow? So there's so much, the dearth of information, but not the right information. Exactly. So people should take responsibility of learning on their own what is important for them. Like I can do so many workshops. Like if I want to do, I can do time management, I can do other so many workshops. But I know that these three workshops, it gives answer to all the questions for individual and for an organization. I don't have to move out from it. So I'm okay with this thing. And that information is, yes, I take more information, I add up into these three workshops only. But I don't go beyond it. I don't like to mess up my life. So don't mess up with so much of information. Take good information, right information, what is relevant to you and move on. Ignorance is, I want to eradicate.
Yes, that's really very nice, sir. Thank you so much. Now, I'd like you to share the three workshops that you take once again for clarity for all our viewers, so that they can get a clarity and can connect with you.
Yep. So the first thing is the breakthrough workshop. Anybody, students, right from the students till the corporate leaders, they all can attend it. We do it for corporates and also for individual open workshops. So students right from 8th grade, 9th grade, they can attend this. It helps them in their education, their study pattern, their belief and their fear of subjects and stage. We all cover up in that. And corporates have a different need, cohesive environment, everything. Their sales goal and aligning their organization goal, we help them. The second one is the psychogeometrics, which is a very powerful communication tool. Teachers learn it so that they can communicate with students, teachers, and parents very well. We teach it to the managers, leaders, so that the conflict reduces very well, very much, so that they can have a great, effective team working. And also, we do it for salespeople so that they understand clients and increase their sales by minimum 30% the next month. And high performance, people who are managing team and they really want to solve all the kind of problem, ownership, accountability, problem solving, creating new level, next line of leadership, increasing productivity, any of such things that you really want, individual or with the organization, then high performance is the program that we do.
Yes, excellent, sir. Thank you so much for sharing those important information. A lot of important information you've shared now with regard to the three workshops. Sir, the timings, if you could give, what timings are you available, like people could connect with you? That also would be.
No, first of all, you need to connect on Rupa's number or the website. You can just put it over there. So you can.
Any time frame, like from 10 to, I mean, is it 24/7 or from 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock in the
Okay.
morning?
So 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. is the timing that we operate from. Okay. So just call up or send a message or a WhatsApp message to Rupa. Then she will coordinate and she'll connect with me.
So it's like 10 to 7, dear friends. And I would love if you connect with sir and get to join one of his programs and enhance your life and empower yourself in the right way. Dear sir, is there any other thing that I left out? And if you'd like to share it, you're most welcome. Yes.
I mean, you can also follow me on the Instagram. I keep, and on the website, I keep writing blogs every week. So just read out the blogs. There are so many, around 18, 20 blogs I've written in the last couple of months. So read out those blogs. They are very inspiring. People who have read out, they have messaged me personally that they got some answers to that. So do follow me on Instagram and be on my Facebook page and on my blogs on my website. My website is liveinspired.com. So
Thank you, sir, for sharing. I have one more question for you, sir. I would like you to elaborate on this beautiful course with regard to high performance. As to what is it all about, so that we could benefit from it?
okay, this is something that I really love, this analogy of high performance. As a parent, their children come to them with a lot of problems. As an organization leader, the employees, the subordinates come with a lot of problems. So if the employee comes and asks, Madam, I've got this problem, I'm not able to understand, please help me out. Or if the children come, bole, Mama, Papa, I'm not able to understand, please solve this out. So as a leader, as a parent, what is your immediate instinct is to solve the problem. Why? Hey, my child has come, my, my subordinate has come. How will I not solve the problem? And few parents and few leaders have this issue, that challenge is, if I don't solve a problem, I might look stupid. I might look incompetent. How can I not have an answer? So now what happens is they solve the problem. The child and the employee, when they go back to the room or cubicle, they start to think, the employees thinks, Areva, such a great thing. I went to my boss. Asked him the problem. He answered it. I don't have to use my head, anything. If anything goes wrong, the boss will be responsible for it because he gave the solution. The child, when they go back, they might think, Arey, Mama Dada can solve so easily. I'm not able to solve. I'm not able to think so fast. I think I'm not smart enough. So you can look at the repetition. So now these two people, they are now dependent on their parents and leaders. Any problem they have, they will come. Any problem they have, they will come. Now, see, the intention is very good to solve the problem, but psychologically, those people are becoming dependent on them. And this person, the leader and the parent, they are solving everybody's problem in the organization, in the family, and I call them as Superman. So this in the high performance we talk it as Superman syndrome. So in Superman syndrome, the Superman always flies to everybody's problem, is solving everybody else's problem, and everybody is in victim zone. They become dependent on Superman. In the entire Superman movie, if you see Superman is stressed, Superman is busy, Superman's personal life is messed up, and so everybody is dependent on Superman. Superman does not empower any person. And the worst case scenario is after Superman, who is the Superman? Nobody. There's no legacy of Superman. So this is happening in parenting style. This is happening in organization. So now the idea is shift from being a Superman to something else. So what is the shift all about? In Mahabharata, Arjuna, on the first day, when he saw the in Kurukshetra, the Kauravas, he felt overwhelmed. He put down his bow and arrow and said, I can't fight. Krishna, his Sarthi, could have easily taken over his Rath and would have easily fought the war. He had all the option. He had all the strength. But did he do that? No. He stood there. He did Bhagavad Gita there. All the 18 chapters. He did it there. Empowered Arjuna. And he went back to ride his horse. Okay, he went back as Sarthi. He did not fight the war. He empowered Arjuna to fight the war, to find the solution. So high performance is all about moving from Superman to Krishna. So that's it.
Awesome, awesome. So that's really wonderful. I really like the way you explain all of that. That's really nice. Empowering each one of us and not allowing us to be dependent on others, to be the master of our own, path and journey, to enable us to become great decision makers and to perform in the right way. Very, very nice, sir. Dear sir, I really thank you so much for your time and energy that you've shared with us today. I wouldn't want to let you go, but of course, I have to respect your time. I had a wonderful time and it really made me learn many new things. And I really like the Superman syndrome as well. That's really very nice. And for the first time, I've got to hear it. To be very honest, I should tell that. And I really thank you. And I'm sure you have a lot of hidden potential within you. And I'd like to tap it out in the next few sessions. Maybe if you permit me, I could have a session once again with you. And my dear friends, I really promise to bring back Sir once again to share his expertise and wisdom with us.
Sure.
So
I
thank
would
you.
love to come. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. And we wish you all the very best. And I would really love that people would be coming forward to connect with you, because we need a real change. We need a transformation within ourselves. And the right kind of life coach, the right kind of mentor could really do justice to your life. If you are lost and if you're unable to take decisions or find the right path, you need somebody to guide you. You always can join and connect with our celebrity and guest, Mr. I would like you to share your name for everyone, the full name, please.
Prantik Panigrahi.
Once again, please.
Prantik Panigrahi.
Yes, that's a lovely name. Yes, Mr. Prantik, you can connect with sir. He's a lovely person, a very warm person. He has humor, wit, and of course, a lot of wisdom. Thank you very much, sir. Have a lovely time. Stay connected. God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. My dear friends, with this, we come to an end to the International Fab Talks. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for staying connected every time. And yes, share this video with somebody. There must be somebody out there who really wants all of this. Do us a favor. Share it with somebody who really wants to change their life, or you feel that they need a change in their life. They need someone to lift them up. They need the right kind of life coach or a mentor in their life. Share it with them. And of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Stay blessed and stay safe. Thank you, sir. Have a wonderful time. Thank you.